my name is Lisa Feldstein. I'm a health and fertility lawyer in Ontario, Canada. And in this video, I want to talk about the number one reason why surrogates should have their own lawyer when entering into a surrogacy agreement. And I will note in some places around the world, it's actually required by law that the surrogates receive independent legal advice. But even where the law doesn't require it, it's still a very, very good idea. So the main reason is to avoid a conflict of interest. So what do I mean by that? So when a lawyer is giving legal advice to clients, it may be that the clients on one side of a contract have certain interests, and the other person who would be entering into the contract, their interests are completely opposed, or there's some overlap, but there's areas where their interests are different. So let me give you a real life example with surrogacy. If I meet with intended parents, we go through all the different things they might pay for the surrogate. So in Canada, intended parents are not allowed to pay a surrogate, but they can absolutely reimburse her and pay for all kinds of things related to the pregnancy so that she's not out of pocket. One of those things is actually life insurance. The law doesn't require them to pay for life insurance, but it's allowed. And so I will have a conversation where I say, would you like to pay for life insurance for the surrogate? And if so, then we get into the details of what that looks like. And I hear a variety of answers. Some people will already know that the surrogate has it. Some will say, my sister, she's my surrogate. She already has it. She doesn't need any more. That's the end of it. We don't put it in the contract. Some will say she has it, but I would actually like to get more for the duration of the pregnancy. And some parents to be will say, we would love to, but we're already paying tens and tens of thousands of dollars for this process. If she asks for it, we'll cover it, but we would rather not put it in the contract. And so you can see right there, we're not putting it in the contract, but it's something that a surrogate may want. So the surrogate, by having her own lawyer, a separate lawyer, look at the contract from her perspective, will usually pick up on that. So when I meet with a surrogate, I would say, I've noticed there's no life insurance in here. Is that something that we should be adding to the contract? Do you have it? Do you want it? Of course, we find out does she have dependents at all, what her situation is. It's never one size fits all, but she might say, you know what? I have a few kids. I work. If anything happens to me and pregnancy is high risk, my family would be in trouble. So she may say, I do want life insurance. And perhaps once surrogacy is over, that life insurance policy would be over. Maybe she'll decide to keep it up because she realizes that's a great idea to have for her family. But you can see where there's a potential tension there where intended parents maybe don't want to pay for it. And the lawyer for the surrogate is saying, we should ask for this. And so if there's just one lawyer, what do they say? Do they recommend life insurance? Do they say nothing about it? And that's just one small example, but there can be many things throughout the agreement where there's potential tension that can happen. And the best way to ensure everyone really understands the contract fully in terms of their rights and their obligations is for the parties to have their own lawyer. And it's so important. We're talking about making a baby and the rights around a baby. There's not many more important contracts than something like a surrogacy agreement. So we really want to be sure that everybody has their own representative to make sure that this contract is a true meeting of the minds and everybody is happy with what they're signing and that they actually really understand what they're signing so that they can follow it and that they know what their rights are and their rights are protected. So I hope you've learned something new in this video, and I will see you in the next one.